It is a diabolical restaurant.
Fine if someone else is paying.
No, I actually got called MC Pocket Square one day.
I think that just the world is going to shit.
So it's me being like, I can't breathe.
I can't cope with this. This is just now.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of The Standard's Big Mistake, in which
Josh Barry
and
David Ellis
talk about everything that we've been up to in food and drink this week. So Josh, what have you been up to?
Lots of stuff. There was the Bistro Freddy lunch,
Oh, yeah,
second year anniversary on Friday.
I missed this. What was it like? What were you eating? Who was there?
Lots of people were there. Too many to name, but you weren't, unfortunately.
No.
Really missed. But we had some nice mussels on a flatbread, some delicious steak, and lots of good wine.
That sounds heavenly. I was probably on a plane.
Maybe.
What's been going on in food and drink this week?
Well, the big news, I would say, is Fergus Henderson and Trevor Gulliver stepping back from their roles at St. John, one of London's most famous restaurants by far.
I think this is actually really significant news because Fergus has been unwell for a long time now, but is the guy who defined British cuisine from the early 90s, the reinvention of it, also nose to tail, all of that, that's down to him and Trevor.
Yeah.
So to see him step away, it'll be interesting to see if the ethos remains, which I imagine it will.
And yeah, you know, the impact they've had on dining out in London is huge. So it's
do you think this will change St. John, or do you think that they've got such a clear sort of, I mean, they hate to say that they have a formula, but they do. Do you think it's got such a clear ethos and idea that it won't matter?
It's a big question, isn't it? I think they've built a framework. Mm-hmm. It's been going for so many years. So probably I imagine it will kind of stay the same. The 3 head chefs are remaining and they've been trained, and so in that sense I think it will remain, but it also raises the question, you know, will St. John last? I mean, how long will
I think
it go?
if they start painting the walls pink instead of white, then we're probably in a bit of trouble. But apart from that,
you
know, bone marrow on toast with a bit of parsley, everyone's happy. Have you eaten anywhere else this week that you recommend?
Well, the latest in the long line of New York style pizzerias is Vincenzo's, which is opened in Shoreditch opposite Dumbo Smash Burger, which is a trend that probably won't last, whereas I think New York...
Do you think smash burgers are dead?
I don't think they're dead, but I think next year will mark the return of the thick gourmet proper beef burger, which is actually something else I had. It's not London, but just after the Bistro Freddy lunch, went over to the Suffolk in Aldborough, which is somewhere that I really love, and they've just put a burger on the menu, and it's just a bit thicker, juicier.
I feel like after a while with a smash burger, it's just, I don't care about tasting the burnt edges.
Well, I like the original style smash burger, like that Meat Licker's been doing long before the trend. But these really super thin ones that started in New York, where it's kind of like just a disc hockey puck.
It's not even a hockey puck. It's more like a credit card.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's all the bits that you normally scrape off the grill have suddenly been like clumped together.
Yeah,
that to me for 11 quid is diabolical. Tell you where I ate this week, which was fantastic. I think you've probably been there quite a few times. Is Etta's Kitchen.
Etta's Kitchen in Brixton.
Yeah,
she's a great woman.
It was just amazing, and
I didn't know you went there.
I went there before. I went to a gig in Brixton, and I went there before that, and it was just. You know, we had the ackee and saltfish, brilliant seafood soup.
She's super cool, isn't she?
Yeah, she's great. I mean, it's so nice to be in there because it's just sit wherever you like. It was very quiet, but you know, the kitchen's toiling over. Everything's made fresh to order. Yeah. And I think it was probably with some wine, 18 quid a head. And we ate pretty well, maybe 20. And I thought, do you know, that's the best 20 quid I've spent in a long time that I can remember.
Yeah, I'm getting all excited. And she gets all her produce from Brixton Market, the fish, the vegetables. It's like, I just love that place.
Yeah. And the other one I went to was Lutyens in the Ned, which is a steak restaurant that didn't used to be open to the public. Yeah. So I've never been. And then they just recently opened it up. Yeah. It's the old bank manager's office. It is so beautiful. Yeah. Makes me want to be a bank manager in like the 1940s, which, you know, sort of a dream anyway.
You could be. Did you see the Wellington in the Carmen trolley? Beautifully done. Could be the best Wellington in London, maybe.
I think it's definitely a contender, and it's a contender for the best steak in London. And also, especially this time of year, it's somewhere to go. I mean, we didn't because I was working, sadly. But it's somewhere to go for martinis, white wine, then red wine, then stay afterwards. Everyone's having a good time. It's sort of an archetypal long lunch place, and those are my favourite.
It's also a very beautiful room.
Oh, yeah.
Tucked away.
Yeah.
So, that could be, I mean, we want loads of people to go there and make use of it, really.
Absolutely. Well, that's enough of this.
All right.
Let's do second sittings, which is where we discuss what we've reviewed this week. You start. Where have you been?
Laryn in Brixton. Okay. We're in between Clapham and Brixton.
Is this one of those, dive places that you absolutely love?
It's a full-on dive bar in the same sense as, Terrell Hut's not a dive bar, but you know what I mean.
Somewhere where you can make a mistake.
Where you can drink too many shots and do a bit of karaoke.
Yeah.
There's neon lights. There's a fun crowd who don't really care about, who else is there. It's not somewhere to be seen. It's just any old place. And, like Sporting Club.
Yeah.
In Westbourne Grove.
Yeah.
Is it Westbourne Grove or Park? I can never remember.
You're just coming up to Westbourne Grove.
West London, who cares?
You have Google, you'll be fine.
Yeah. So it's sort of like South London's version of that, in a sense.
Yeah.
It's somewhere to just go and have a laugh. And it's also opposite, speaking of sort of Jamaican food in that part of town, it's opposite a place called True Flavours,
right? Okay.
Which is a really good Caribbean takeaway.
I went to Crisp Pizza, which is the... I mean, it got so popular in sort of 22. That's when it really kicked off.
Yeah.
They've just moved to Mayfair. They've moved to a pub called the Marlborough, which is in North Audley Street. Carl, who runs it, has been backed by Charlie Carroll and Osh Rogers from the Devonshire. So upstairs it looks like the Dev. It's as busy. It's sort of chaotically busy upstairs. And then downstairs they've made it look like a New York speakeasy. It's got steakhouse red leather. It's got stills from The Godfather. They're going to put up some football posters, but it's really low light, Tiffany lamps, completely beautiful. So busy, people are queuing 5 hours. Would you queue 5 hours for anything, let alone pizza?
No. Rupert Grint was in the queue, wasn't he, on the opening day?
Yeah.
Harry Potter star with his wife and child.
You'd have better things to do.
You would have thought so, but that demonstrates just how popular it is, I suppose.
Don't get me wrong, the pizza's good. And pizza is personal, right? So I actually don't particularly love the crisp base, but then also being childlike Neapolitan, I just prefer a floppy pizza that you can roll up and
Neapolitan, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't necessarily absolutely love Crisp's pizza, but the formula works and people do respond to it, and it looks great. But I just can't quite wrap my head around the idea of waiting that long for it, because London is not short of options.
I love pizza, as you know.
Yeah.
Crisp is one of my favourites in town. But I agree with you. Queuing 5 hours is absolutely mad. People don't even queue that long in New York for the Industry, which is probably the world's best pizza right now.
So our producer overlords have asked us what's our favourite karaoke bar and karaoke song of choice.
Right. The Tyroler Hut is a great place to sing after he's done his cowbells. And if I were to sing, probably Torn by Natalie Imbruglia.
Would you reenact the video when you're on
Absolutely,
the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sort of a formative moment of my childhood, that video. Just remember it very clearly.
Okay.
I actually don't know any karaoke bars. I mean, best that I don't. Terrible singer. I used to rap, which is something I really regret.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Go
appalling. I actually got called MC Pocket Square one day, which was both a low and high point of my life.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah.
Without...
It's something that I've retired very wisely.
What would you rap?
Well, I met Run DMC and I rapped with DMC, which was actually very cool.
Revelatory.
And I also used to rap 99 Problems.
By Jay-Z.
Yeah, and also Hypnotised by Biggie. These are low moments in my life, but it was a different time. It was a different time.
Are you going to give us a couple of bars now?
Absolutely not.
I think you should, really.
Not going to happen.
Okay. Well, there we are.
Right.
You're utterly shocked. I'm in shock. I can't cope with this. This is just hell.
Now we're playing Overrated, Underrated. I think you can work out what that's about.
Yeah.
The subject this week is Mayfair restaurants.
Novikov.
Oh, fairly rated as dreadful. It is a diabolical restaurant.
Fine if someone else is paying.
No, it's half right. What is it? They've got an Italian bit, which is just truly offensive.
Well, it's just for like
footballers,
isn't it?
Well, I suppose it's just
footballers. It's not somewhere. Yeah, it's obviously. I mean, it's not. A restaurant is worth anything you're willing to pay, right? And it's quite busy, isn't it? So 1%. They'll
overrated by the Premier League. Fairly rated by anyone who knows anything about restaurants.
Hakkasan.
Oh, I like Hakkasan.
Yeah, I kind of got a soft spot for it.
Yeah.
I kind of like the original one because it felt like you were going into like a 90s movie and you just expected to see like Naomi Campbell on the table next to you.
Yeah.
Because it's dark and people would just be drinking all day.
It's not what it was, but it's fairly rated.
Yeah.
Sexy fish.
Okay, controversially, I think sexy fish is underrated. But the reason I think that in food world, everyone just piles on it all the time. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a decent restaurant, but I don't think it's the worst place in the world. And they have a very good value set lunch. And if you're in that part of town and you just want a bit of middling sushi and you don't mind paying for it, it's actually not terrible.
I think I like it for one reason, and it's because they didn't let Jess Glynn in because she was wearing a hoodie.
Standards must be maintained.
Yeah.
Scots.
Oh, right. Scots is legendary. We went not so long ago, didn't we? And it was good. Decent. Fine.
My only thing is it slightly overrated because people talk about it as being like the best fish restaurant in town, and actually I don't think that's true.
Not even close.
Yeah, so I think it's overrated on that.
I agree.
I think it's fine. I think, though, its heyday of like celebrities all the time seems to have waned slightly.
Though you still see him about, and be sure to, and also the history of it. You know, you've got to read Matey Boys, who wrote Fleming. His food review of Scott, Ian Fleming, he wrote a food review of Scots, and it's just phenomenal. And just on the history, I quite like it, but it's not the best place to have a night over. So
it's good. It's not the best fish restaurant in London.
Yeah. The worst meal you've had in Mayfair?
My worst meal in Mayfair was a place called Jerry, which still exists, and
Jerry,
as in Jerusalem.
Okay.
And I thought it was going to be interesting to review it. And the guy on the door, he was like, "You write about restaurants, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah," which makes it awkward from the off. And then he was like, "Right." And they sat me and my friend Kieran on this table, and we effectively had a bodyguard. There was this guy just stood next to our table the entire meal, which is really off-putting. And then the food was diabolical. And then it had like club music playing. Everything was wrong with it. And it was really creepy because I felt like at one point, if we said something wrong, then this guy was going to come over and flip the table. It was really an unpleasant dining experience with poor food, which there's nothing to say that's positive about that.
I've never been.
Wildly overrated.
They poisoned you, didn't they?
Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing for everyone concerned because there's me being like, I can't breathe. And so I went in for a Chinese New Year celebration, and the glitz and glamour of is completely ridiculous, but I kind of used to enjoy that. And we get downstairs to the bar, and I asked the bartender what's in the drink because there's no menu, it's just their specials. And it's like, starts listing ingredient after ingredient after ingredient after ingredient. It was like probably 5 minutes because he's doing all the brands, and I was just like, right.
I would have fallen asleep.
Thank you. And so I took a sip and I was like, is there kiwi in this? And he was like, oh yeah, didn't I say it's a kiwi-based drink? And suddenly, like, my blood sugar is dropping, and it was fine. And then they were like, oh, you left in a hurry? And I was like, yes, you poisoned me. So I don't really go back anymore. It's weird that, isn't it?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Now we play Bone to Pick, which is where we take a topic that we haven't seen before, and then we, I suppose, pick bones with it.
Yes, lovely.
60-40 Guinness.
Yeah.
Shut up. Just shut up about this.
Yeah.
This happened last year when it was called semi-skinned, where you mixed
semi-skimmed.
The thing is with this 60-40 thing is now Guinness is so popular that people will talk about anything to do with it. What I think is interesting is when Guinness released a low alcohol version back in 2006, Guinness mid-strength 2.8, which is about the same as this mix is. Guinness was cheaper. It was the cheapest point to buy in a pub because it was so unpopular. And then, like, they had Obama pose for the pint, and sales still dropped. They were dropping year on year on year. And now, just like, if you want to drink less, I think good for you. I just don't think it's that worthy of conversation.
No, it's not. It's also not new because it
was a big thing last year.
Semi-skimmed or whatever.
The internet's collective memory is shot.
And then there was also zebra striping, where you have one Guinness 0, then a normal, then 0, then normal. That's fine. Just why do people need to talk about it? If you want to just drink a bit less, that's great. But why is it a story? Why? It's like all these. It's in the same. I put it in the same category as like self-diagnosis and like therapy confessionals. Shut up.
Question: do you think that this is just a really clever marketing ploy? Because actually, if you want to sit there all afternoon and you're not ever really getting tipsy because it's only 1.7%,
I don't know.
Do you think they're just trying to rake in the cash?
I think that just the world is going to shit.
And it's Guinness's fault?
No, it's the internet's fault.
Please don't sue us. Basically, we think fair play if you want to drink less. It doesn't need to overrule everything else.
Just whatever. Like, I think part of the reason some people are reticent when sort of like they don't want to drink a bit less in the pub, which is absolutely like fair play. Yeah. Just it doesn't need to be a thing. Just go in, have a nice time, be merry. Alcohol should never dominate the conversation. You know, it's just secondary.
So that's all for this week on The Standard's Big Mistake. If you've got anything you want us to talk about next week, please drop a comment, and also please subscribe, and then you'll make us very happy indeed. And then Josh will finally tell you where he did get kicked out of.
Wish I could remember, mate.
Goodbye.